So really, I have no idea how adult friendly this bag is. This is as large as it goes. I did try to put it on, but I have some ideas of how we can make it better. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to Tamagotchi Summer. To me, July officially kicks off Tamagotchi Summer. Of course, we have the long-awaited release of the Tamagotchi Paradise this month, only for about half the world though. The rest of us have to wait till the end of the summer or closer to the end of the summer in August. But we also have a wide variety of different collectibles that are being released this summer as well. And one of those collectibles we are unboxing today. We have the Tamagotchi Adventure Companion backpack. This is kind of a cool and unique mini backpack. It comes in 4 different designs, and each design comes with a different Tamagotchi plush. Like I said, this is a mini backpack. It's not a full-size backpack. It fit inside this small box, and it's quite light here. In the advertisements for this backpack, only children are being shown wearing it. So really, I have no idea how adult friendly this bag is. And then to truthfully add on top of that, I am larger than the average adult. When I was a child, I was larger than the average child. Anyways, I'm working on that, but either way, I still deserve to have a fun backpack that I can use. So if this backpack, if it doesn't work, if it's not the right size for me, I have a plan to try to make it work. Either way, I'm using this backpack, but only time will tell. I haven't seen anyone do a fit test for it yet, so let's be the first to do so. I ordered the Dreamy backpack with Mamichi. It was a tough choice for me between the Dreamy one and the Sprinkle one. Both are super, super cute. I went with Dreamy because I thought it was a little more versatile for my outfits that I normally wear. This is a mini backpack. It is small, and I do have a Loungefly for size comparison too. So this is it. It's kind of a hard shell material with a soft backside. Here is it side by side with my favorite Loungefly. So if you think Loungefly are mini backpacks, this is kind of like a micro backpack. It is significantly smaller than the Loungefly. Truthfully, I have a tough time fitting everything I need inside of a Loungefly. I'm not going to be able to fit everything I need inside of here, but I am going to try. It's kind of a foamy material. I'm not sure if I really like that. And it also kind of feels like it would dent easily. You can see, maybe you can't see, but there is already some dents in my bag. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I think little imperfections just like that kind of happen from time to time, but it almost feels like maybe it would get damaged quite easily. Just trying to fluff it up here. Well, maybe we'll open it up and see if I can kind of puff it out from the back. We have the Tamagotchi Adventure Companion tag, and I only have my unboxing knife, which worked just fine. Here is our plush, and here is the inside. I apologize, I can't remember if I mentioned, this was $39.99, and I got it off Amazon. I'm thinking of the price right now because in my head I'm trying to decide if that price point was worth it. It's a very cool bag. It's Tamagotchi branded, and it looks just like the Dreamy shell, and it comes with a little plush. And maybe this would retail for like $12 or $15 on its own. Let's start with the plush because I'm kind of scared of this for the time being. But the cool thing about this plush is it is a 3-in-1 transforming plush, so you get all 3 of Mamichi's evolutions. Let's see how this works. Okay, so we want the green evolution first, right? So there's one side. That is so cute. It's just like any other transforming plush. You just flip it inside out, except there's 3 different ways that you could flip it inside out. There's your next stage. And then back to Mamichi as our final stage. So it is a really cute little plush, even though I'm struggling with it a little bit. It's not too bad. Okay, got Mamichi all stuffed back up. He's a little lopsided now, but that's okay. But going back to the backpack, there's this little window where your Tamagotchi plush can live, and that is just super adorable. Like, how fun is that? The window does have a protective film on it right now that you can peel off. I'm going to keep that on there because I just have a feeling we're going to end up modifying this, and I don't want to scratch that window in the process. So, right now, those straps, these aren't fitting anyone. That would hardly fit my 2-year-old niece. So I'm going to try to make them as big as possible. This is as large as it goes. I'm not going to try this on, but I have some ideas of how we can make it better. So going back to my Loungefly, this is not my daily use Loungefly because I love this one so much, but I do have a Finding Nemo Loungefly that I use daily. And this strap length from Loungefly, this is quite comfy. It's quite comfortable. So I'm going to try to make these straps into this strap length. So I'm just kind of winging this. So I'm going to show you everything that I do, but it's not really a tutorial because I'm literally just making it up on the fly. When I speculated upon pre-ordering this backpack, when I speculated that the straps would be too short, I thought of a few different ways that we could make them longer. One thought I had was that I could buy another Loungefly or another mini backpack, cut the straps off of it, and attach it to this backpack. But honestly, that option was a little expensive and it felt a little bit wasteful. So I went with the idea that I could just extend these straps. Without seeing this backpack, I tried to color and size match to the straps, and honestly, I got quite close. This is 1-inch backpack strapping from Amazon. Size match, this looks to be a little bit thinner, which is kind of odd because 1 inch is a standard size. But color match wise, it's just a hair lighter. I don't think I could have done much better. I need to pull my hair back for this activity. This is not a hair down type of activity that we're about to pursue. So essentially what I'm going to do, looking at the Loungefly backpack, you see how this is the main strap and then this part down here is the piece that adjusts. I'm going to try to replicate that here on this backpack. I'm going to add strapping to the top to make that the main backpack piece, and then this piece down here will remain the piece that adjusts the length. In an attempt to help determine how long of straps I need to make, I did try to put it on. I'm not going to try any more. Looking at the Loungefly strap placement, it's about the same as the Adventure Companion. So I'm just going to use this strap length as we do our modifications. My Loungefly straps are 38 inches long, and the Adventure Companion straps are 25 inches long. So we need to add 13 inches in length. But we're going to add a little bit more strapping than that because I'll probably cut this about 2 inches in and I'll want some of the strapping to overlap. Thankfully though, I've got like 1,000 yards of this. I think only like 10 yards, so not that much. But I've got plenty here. So I'm just gonna start cutting, and I'm down for making some mistakes. I am so impressed with myself. Look at that color match. I don't think I could have done better if I had the backpack in my hand. So I do have a flame. Oh gosh, that was gonna be so dramatic. Let's try that again. A flame, a flame, a flame. I do have a flame to cauterize the ends of this strapping material. I'm cutting these at about 2 inches in. I mentioned earlier that I need to add 13 inches of strapping. I think I'm going to do a 2-inch overlap on both sides. So 13 plus 4, that would be what, 17 inches? Just to be safe, I'm going to round up to 18. So now I'm finishing the edges of the strap that I'm about to cut. I've got my 18 inches here. Sorry, I'm a little shaky this morning. I haven't had breakfast just yet. And then I will finish this one off as well. Here are the 2 identical pieces of 18-inch strapping, and I'm just going to quickly kind of mock hold them on here, mock test them to make sure they are indeed a length that I like them. So this is going to overlap about 2 inches. This will overlap, and then I can't even show you the final size, but I think that looks pretty good. In order to attach these, I'm going to do 2 different things. I'm going to use a little bit of hot glue, and then I'm going to sew a box around the edges. Since the straps are thin enough, I ended up running these through my sewing machine. You could certainly hand sew them, but truthfully, I do not like how this looks, especially with the blue thread. So what I ended up doing, I ended up cutting a couple 3-inch pieces of the strapping since I had so much of it, and then I've wrapped the ends where I've sewed, just to try to give it a more finished, more refined look. And of course, our goal is to make it look intentional, make it look like this is how the factory designed this bag. These are the first straps, the first little buckles that I put around, and you can see that I didn't get these tight enough. They look a lot better when you get them as tight as possible. So my goal with this last one is to try to make it look perfect. This is one of the glue sticks I used for customizing the Tamagotchi uni shell, which is another fun hot glue project that you can do. But let's finish up this backpack first. And now I'm wrapping this side under and trying to get it as tight as possible, as tight as I possibly can. And then we'll wrap this side on top of it. And then we'll make this side match. So we want to do the same side tucked in first, just so it looks uniform. All right, so I think that looks pretty good. I definitely think that looks really good. Definitely looks a lot better than my first attempt, but you know what? Neither of them are bad. So we officially have a Tamagotchi Adventure Companion backpack with some hot glue hanging off of it, but also some significantly larger backpack straps. And you can still adjust the straps from the bottom if you need them to be smaller. Look at that, so much better. I am so happy with how this turned out. I officially have a Tamagotchi Adventure Companion backpack in my size, so let's pull off our plastic film revealing our Tamagotchi screen, and of course we have to get Mamichi inside. Perfect! I am so happy with how this DIY turned out, and it wasn't difficult at all. I didn't time myself, but I would say it took probably around a half hour, which to me isn't very much time, and it was not very difficult. So if you find yourself in the same situation that I was at the beginning of this video, where you wanted a Tamagotchi Adventure Companion backpack in your size, I definitely recommend giving the DIY route a go. It just wasn't too difficult. I think anyone could do this, and I don't think you need to use a sewing machine. I guess I would caution though, generally speaking, this is kind of a light duty backpack. The materials that the manufacturer used for it aren't super heavy duty. So in the same vein, these straps are not very heavy duty. I wouldn't go putting like a 20-pound piece of a family heirloom in here that's not going to hold. But I think your wallet, maybe, what other things do you put in a backpack? Oh, Tamagotchi. Maybe a wallet and a few Tamagotchi devices. I definitely think this is reliable enough for something light duty like that. Thank you so much for joining me today to modify the Tamagotchi Adventure Companion backpack. I also enjoyed unboxing it. It was fun to kind of get my first look at it. This was the first time that I saw this and got to hold it in person. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel because it is Tamagotchi summer after all. I have a lot of exciting videos coming up. I want to cover as many of the collectible releases that I can, and of course, I will be covering the Tamagotchi Paradise. I cannot wait. So, subscribe, like, follow me on Instagram, do all the things. Also let me know in the comments below, do you plan on picking up an Adventure Companion backpack? And if so, which shell? Because the 4 shell designs, a couple of them are really, really cute. Anyways, thanks again for joining me today, and I will see you in my next video.